Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of RonaCraft Season 2. This is episode 7 and we got a few things planned for this episode. Starting off, the main thing that you probably saw when flying over is that I have cleared out this entire section of the swamp. That way we can start seeing how many blocks I kind of get from just doing this, as well as just kind of experimenting with how we want to make this area look. And I just realized, I don't think I ever said that we're turning this into the ocean. So that's why it's filled with water. And I'm really just trying to think right now is if we should still lower this a little bit. We probably should. That way, because right now, I added some seagrass to this little section right here just to see what it was going to look like. But it's still really shallow, especially when you compare it to over here. Now, one of the main issues that we may be having right now is that we're seeing a lot of stone, and like over here is all dirt and clay. So I think what I'm going to be doing throughout this episode, just kind of off camera, is just clearing out a little area like underneath this, just using this beacon. That way we can just do a little bit more experimenting with how we want to layer this. But anyway, in the last episode, we built up a raid farm. As you see, I have 534 levels right now. That way we can make this box right here, which is a whole bunch of max tools, and every single tool that you see in here is maxed out. But these tools have actually been helping me out loads with clearing this out. Anyways, but we also came over here and built up a few fields. Oh wait, we also pushed back this mountain. Completely forgot to mention that. But yeah, we built up these fields, and if you look at this wheat field, I do actually have a few resource packs on right now, just because I feel like I want to change up the look of the game a little bit, especially because the resource pack on the server has been altered, so we no longer have any vanilla tweaks on the server. So if you look in the resource packs folder, you can see that I am using a vanilla tweaks pack. This is just one that I've created, link in description to vanilla tweaks website. And then I'm also using this pack right here, which is the Whips foliage upgrades. Now you do have to pay to use this pack, but I will leave a link in the description to Whip's YouTube channel. He's a great guy, makes great videos, so you should really check him out. But if we come right here, I just want to show you how much materials we got from this, and I will say this isn't even all of it. I've actually stocked up the general store with a little bit as well. But right here we have a whole bunch of dirt, and pretty much all these boxes are filled besides these ones over here because I've just recently crafted these. And then right here we have a whole bunch of grass blocks, and then right here we have a whole bunch of stone, cobblestone here, and then these three boxes are just going to be for the other types of stones if I pick them up, like diorite, andesite, and granite. And I'm not sure if I showed this in the last episode, but I did tear down the super smelter, so we will be rebuilding that back up in this episode and making it a bit bigger. But for right now, I wanted to come back into this section because I said that in the last episode that we would continue working on this. However, we just didn't get to it. So for right now, let's go ahead and let's plan out this area, plan where we're going to have a few fields, plan the like 1 or 2 buildings that I want to put here. So yeah, let's jump into a very tiny montage of mapping this area out. Mapping out has been done. Of course, right now we can see underneath it, but right here is going to be the map for the farmhouse that we're going to be building right here. And then any like 2x3 thing here is going to be where an entrance to a field is going to be. I just haven't mapped out the fields. I just know like this one, for example, is going to be covering like this whole-ish area. And then this one right here will have a field in between these 2 entrances. And then of course one over there in that back corner. And then we're going to be having probably a whole bunch of foliage in this area as well. And of course, the goal by the end of this episode is to have this area like just full on complete. But what I'm thinking is, just because I actually already have this build planned out in creative mode, so let's just go ahead, let's build it up right now and just get it out of the way within a little bit of a time lapse. got this taken care of. It actually didn't take me too long, maybe about, I don't know, 20 minutes? Actually, no, a little longer than that. Maybe, let's say, 30 to 40 minutes it took me to build this. Mainly because that I've started using the mod Litematica, which pretty much shows you a hologram of what you want to build, as long as you got the schematic of it from somewhere else. Like in this case, I built this entire build in creative mode, and then I took the schematic of it and I brought it over to the survival, and then I loaded it and it pretty much popped up with a hologram, and then I can move it around wherever I want. So I positioned it in the correct spot, and then I could just build it up. And you won't see that in the time lapse because it is for some reason something that only shows up on my end, but in my opinion, it looks a little weird when it's actually in the replay mod. Yeah, but as of right now, there is no interior to this place, mainly because I don't really know if I want to do an interior, but we may use this eventually just to store crops, but we'll see. And of course we do have a silo here on the side, which would be the main area for all of the crops to be stored in. And then maybe we can even have a door right here for you to enter directly into the silo instead of going through the house and in. That way we can avoid doing this interior as much as possible. All right, so now that this is all carried away, I want to rebuild the super smelter because I really miss having it, and for now I'd had to be using the 4 furnaces that I put right here. So what I have done is made a few markers pretty much showing that this road is going to start going off in that direction. Then we're going to have another one going down here out to where the entrance would be. And then these double talls are going to be where a building's going to be. So one's going to be here, and then right here is going to be another one, which is going to be the brand new building for the super smelter. And also super smelter is going to be a lot better than the one that we had over there. The one over there was only a 10. This one's going to be at least a 32. So I already have this building designed and created. So let's just go ahead and build the exterior for this building and probably the super smelter as well. Alright, here's the building. It's pretty simple. We got some basic interior with a big smeltery in the corner. That way this is an actual smeltery because we have the whole furnace on this item frame here. So now let's go right here and build up the super smelter. Okay, got it all done. Actually upgraded this to 2 trapdoors just for, making it look even. So if you come down here, we have some chests. I also made this look good. Didn't say that yet, but right here, we got the input, so you can put your input there, fuel, to put all the fuel stuff in there, and then of course the output is going to be right here. And if we need to do any maintenance, I installed doors on both sides, so now we can just come through here, and we can see the massive super smelter that we have built right here. And I'm pretty sure I said it before, but this is a 32 long super smelter, so it's going to crank out whatever we need to be smelted pretty quick. And then of course on the bottom, there's these hoppers that lead it right into this chest, which of course is seen right here. So there we go. Just like that, we are now done with the super smelter. However, I do want to start working on these paths a little bit. So what I'm going to do is just smoothen this hill out a little bit because I kind of want to make some builds that are going up a slope a little bit. So I'm just going to really quickly do that and then come back. There we go. This is now completely cleared out. Well, not really cleared out, just smoothened out. And it's looking 10 times better. And it has been pretty much a complete day since that last clip where I showed you this. Or at least not this, when I said I was going to do this. Enough that if we come over here to pretty much right here, you can see that I've done a lot more digging. And I've decided this is how deep I want it to be. And so pretty much it's going to be what this is and then another 6 blocks underneath it. And then of course we will come in with the dirt and then just layer it in, add some seagrass just to make this look more natural. But for right now, I'm kind of sick of doing this. I spent all of last night and a bit of today doing this as well. So it's like the last thing that I want to do right now. However, as I was looking at this, I realized that having it all grass and dirt just doesn't look that good. So what I was thinking we should do is add just a nice beach right here. So let's just jump into a quick time lapse and get a quick beach done. All right, I didn't bring it all the way down to the ground. This is kind of just like a prototype, I guess you could say. But I did my best with detailing it with some rocks and pebbles and a little bit of moss as well, because it kind of comes up a little bit. And it's as if like the grass was like starting to come over into here as well. I'm not really sure if I like it. I'm probably, let's just take a few of these out actually and just be a little bit minimal with it. All right, that should do. Now let's get back over into the farming section. Actually, before we get to the farms, I just want to show something that I did last night on a live stream, and that is that I came over and just added some more color. So we have a few more trees in here. We have some stands like with this guy right here, and we're using the little trick of putting honey blocks down there so he can't escape. And then coming over here, there's a whole like banner thing right here that just to add color, and then another villager right here that's going to be selling something. All right, now let's actually get over and start working on these fields. And when it comes to making these farms, I mean, we already have them marked out at least where they're going to be. So I'm thinking let's just do a little bit of a montage and then we'll come back and start doing some of the smaller details on camera. So let's just go ahead and build up some fields. Okay, we now have 3 brand new fields, 1 potato, another wheat, and then another beetroot. I have given these a little bit of time just so they can grow up and everything, mainly because I wasn't able to finish the potato field because there was like whatever this amount is right here left. So let's just really quickly come in here and get some more potatoes to fill this in. There you go, now it's actually done. And of course there's still some stuff I have to clean up out here, but for now, what I wanted to do is I have these spruce slabs, so let's just go in, just thicken up the path a bit, just like how we have in the other areas. And then after that, we'll probably do some coarse dirt as well, and then add in these lamp posts. All right, paths have been thickened, and this area is a lot easier to walk through. Of course, this path right up here just leads to these 2 fields and nowhere else because I couldn't really fit a path through here. Plus, this is all going to be probably filled in with a bit of foliage, like just some like bushes and stuff. And then of course there's the path that leads up to that entrance of the farmhouse, and then a path that goes out in front. I had a lot of difficulty with this one, and I still have to do a little bit of spots with filling in, just because this was very thin. I mean, I didn't really want to go down onto this layer, but I also didn't really want to go up. So you have a spot to enter right into this house. Well, same house, but that entrance. And then the path comes back down here and over to the main section of the village right here. And I was very happy I was able to replace where the portal was with a path leading up there. It just really ended up working out how I wanted it to. What I have done is removed a lot of the boxes out here just to help with lag on the server because each shulker box is an entity. And what I've done is I've just placed it in the chests so you can really see how many shulker boxes of everything we have. So if you look in here, this is stones. So we have 18 shulker boxes of just stone. We have 5 shulker boxes of cobblestone. I managed to get a shulker box of all the other special stones like granite, andesite, and diorite. And then of course we have all the grass ones and then all the dirt ones in here. And then any ones that I'm currently filling up, I have out here. However, these ones are full. But that is only because I've been working right here. If you see that the actual like dugout area is now past the beacon at the start of the episode, it was just before the beacon. And honestly, it's not that hard to dig this out. It takes me about maybe 20 minutes just to do a stripe here. And my stripe is about 8 blocks long and I just dig all the way out. I've also extended this so I can, continue going. The only problem is that when you get down to these sections down here, you lose the beacon power, so you're gonna have to run back and then regain the haste to go back and then mine again until it runs out. Then it's just a constant loop. So what I might do is just put a beacon there and then put a beacon over there just to try to get this whole area widened out. In the future, we're not going to have this big of an area being dug out at once. This was just kind of for me to experiment what would be the best way of mining this out. Also, something that we'll have to do is not make this as much of a just straight up line, because if you go up to the top meaning up in the sky, it looks a little weird with the village just kind of getting cut off right there. So expect that to be happening in the next episode. All right, well, it's been about a week since that last clip that you just saw. And let's just say I've done a lot of work when it comes to mining that out. So before we just had this section cleared out, but now I've gone ahead and cleared out all of this as well. as well as I've started pushing more over here to pretty much isolate this savanna biome and pretty much just turn it into an island. Mainly because this island is going to be the location of the mega base. I will reveal what the mega base is going to be in the next episode, as we will probably be starting to plan it out. However, this section isn't actually fully completed yet because there's still a lot of like empty space, and it's pretty much just all grass right now, and we have this space here. And what I wanted to do is just go through a few steps on camera to how to pretty much fill up these spaces and make it look more full and not have everything spread out so much. So let me just really quickly put together a box to use to pretty much, you know, decorate this. And we are also running very low on shulker shells, so in the next episode we will be going into the end and getting some more shells as well. All right, turns out we actually needed 2 boxes, but I filled these up with just some stuff for ideas that I have of how we could fill the spaces up. First we need to sleep though. Alright, so first things first is actually this coarse dirt. Adding coarse dirt around the builds, just pretty much how I've been doing everywhere else, just makes it look like the build has been sitting there for a little while. So we're also going to do this sitting around these fields as well. So let's just go ahead and get this done really quick. Coarse dirt is here. Now, this is a lot more coarse dirt than I initially crafted. So this is, I think initially I did like 4 or 5 stacks of this, and now this is like, I want to say 11. So I put a lot of coarse dirt in here, but that's only because like right here, it looks like a lot of coarse dirt, and you'd probably want to put maybe some normal dirt, which we will do. We'll replace some of this with normal dirt, but we'll put something that'll be in the spot so it won't just be all dirt, because pretty much this is just showing that the people aren't always walking on the path, and sometimes they're walking on the sides. So that's going to be getting rid of the grass. I'm just going to go ahead and put the dirt in. Okay, so now I got the dirt in. Let's go ahead and grab some spruce fences along with some oak leaves. And we are going to add in one of these smaller trees like that one right here. All right, I added 1 tree there and 1 tree there. So now what I want to do is start adding in some bushes here using the azalea stuff, as well as some like flowers and sweet berries and just all these just random stuff that you're seeing just dotted around in here. So I'm just going to go around here and just dot a few things around using some flower pots to put some, I mean, we could put these dark oak saplings, believe it or not. You could use them just like that and have them just be a little mini tree, because of course, you need the 4 saplings like that in order to grow a dark oak tree, so you can use them as little baby trees. So let's just go ahead and just dot everything around. All right, so I went through and I added a whole bunch of flowers and other just sweet berries and just things like that. And yeah, this area looks a little crazy. Of course, we got the bushes, we have the flowers, sweet berries, and with shaders, this looks so good. I even added some lanterns in as well, just to light this place up at night, and it just looks so good. Now the only thing that we need to do is fill in this spot right here, and I was thinking we just put a big tree with just some area to walk up and just sit down and relax. So I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly get that done. All right, I just went ahead and finished off the section. Of course, most of it's probably gonna be looking the same right now, but we do now have the tree right up here, which still needs a little bit of tweaking, because like that spot right there does look a little weird, but I'll get that tweaking done off camera. But got this tree here, you know, we got some benches here, so we could sit here if we wanted to. And then I've also come through and just added some like stone here with just some buttons to make it look like little pebbles, some slabs just to look like little rocks. I've done this throughout the entire area, so I thought I might as well add it up here as well. I even added this little plant in a flower pot. I don't know why I did this. I don't know. I felt like doing it. So yeah, as the sun is setting, we can now call this area 100% completed. So something else that I wanted to show on camera, is just pretty much something that I did off camera, was this hole right here. I kind of dug a hole right in the middle of the house, and I just accidentally fell into it. But pretty much this is just 2 geodes. This is 1 geode here, where we can just grab all the amethyst we need and then come down this path right here, and the other one is right here. So the main thing that we're using this for is the nether highway. Well, not really nether highway, but we're using it for the nether. And I thought that I might as well give you guys a little bit of an update with how the nether is coming, because I haven't shown the nether on camera in a little bit, I think. I don't think I've actually been in here on camera in a while. So starting off, I've added this little board next to the portal. It just pretty much says what's being sold here, as well as there's another portal down here now that we can go to the flower forest and the ice spikes biomes. And then the tinted glass has been expanded all the way to out here to compensate for this portal. And then right over here has been the start of a new path that'll lead to the stronghold, because that one, it's a little, I mean, it goes down and then it goes across lava. This one is just going to lead directly through here, which this will be, I don't know, like designed and spawn proofed later. And then the portal for the stronghold is right here. I probably should label this because right now it's just a portal, but it's fine. Although right now it probably should come down here to where the old portal is and just take it down. That way, if anybody comes back through the portal in the stronghold, it's probably going to bring them here. So let's just dismantle this one. That way it doesn't cause any issues. And let me just show you. This is going back on the path. So we had this up way to go, and trying to fly down that is a pain. And then there was this tunnel as well. So yeah, this is how the nether is looking now. Like I said before, I don't know when the last time I showed this on camera, but this is how it's looking like now. All right, everybody, we got so much stuff done today, including really just doing an entire new section of the village, as well as got a huge amount of stuff done over here. Of course, in the next episode, we will be able to start mapping out the mega base, as well as reveal what the mega base is going to be. Hello, Mr. Sheep. And I just want to say, if you haven't watched any of my LEGO Star Wars videos, that I now have a second channel where I will be posting most of the content that is to be coming from my Twitch live streams. So if you're interested in that, there's going to be a link in the description to that channel. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have an amazing day or night or whatever it is right now. And I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.